This is the Mosen Mortgage Program with Sarah Mosen. Mosen Mortgage is licensed in several states for residential and commercial purchases and refinancing. Call 800-662-9550. And now, here's your host, Sarah Mosen.
Super excited to have my good friend Mark Yarger here today. And Mark, how are you today?
I'm doing really well, thanks. Glad to be with you guys. Well,
I mean, I have to say, you covered, and you're the owner and operator of Red Sea Media.
Mm-hmm.
You're phenomenal to work with. You're a family man, faith-based. You're such a great producer. We worked together on the Arnold Classic, right? You and I.
Yep.
And
yep. That was a fun time. Very crowded.
Yes, it was crowded. And you were
in a good way.
In a good way, and you were super calm. You covered that event brilliantly. Then we were inside the International Sports Hall of Fame, where we were able to do a couple of interviews with some of the celebrities that were in there. That was a great event, and you captured it in this wonderful promo that you did. And the thing with you, though, Mark, I have to say that you're just in a place where not your work reflects just your passion in itself, but you're so faith and family based. So can you share a little bit about your family and your faith and things of that nature?
Sure. Well, my faith is probably the biggest priority in my life because everything else revolves around that and is built on that. And, I've had a real good friend from high school that, when we were in high school, we were both in athletics, and he was much more talented than I was, so I always looked up to him. And he was a little older than me, but he was very instrumental in me securing my faith in God, and so I owe him a lot because he came back after we had graduated, and he was very instrumental in encouraging me to have a faith in God and try to live it, and not only say it but live it and walk it. And then my family, was married in 1993, have a 20-year-old son, Aaron, and a daughter, Hannah, who just graduated from high school.
I know.
So she just turned 18.
Wonderful.
And so so our hands are full, but it's a good thing.
It is. And I'll tell you, that's, we worked together. We were in the middle of, I don't know, it was bigger. It's the biggest event, the Arnold Classic. Arnold Schwarzenegger was there, and it is bigger than the Olympics in Brazil. Like the competitors, and there was so much activity that was going on. And we're working with Rob Fletcher, who's the founder of ANGT TV. And so it was quite a remarkable experience in itself, and you were super calm and very peaceful through it.
Well, you guys were great to work with, and, that made a big difference. And plus, you were doing a lot of the on-camera talent stuff, and you were prepared and always ready to go. It was one of those situations where we were working around other people, so it's not just us. And so we had to kind of jump in for interviews when we got the green light to do it. So. Right. It was a run and gun kind of shoot is basically what it was, and it helped that you were always ready when they gave us the thumbs up to jump in there, and were prepared, and that was a big plus for us, because if you weren't prepared or weren't ready, we probably would have missed a lot of those opportunities just because it was, like I say, run and gun. You had to be ready at a moment's notice to say, okay, you guys are clear, go ahead. And so, you got to try to get what you need, and also be understand that there are others there that are trying to do the same thing, and you just try to work with them as well.
You do, and I have to say, I give credit to you because of the way you captured everything. You did a great job, and I encourage folks, call us 1-800-662-9550. A Red Sea Media owner-operator, Mark Yarger. And is there a number for you, a website, Mark, if folks are interested in working with you?
I can give you my cell phone or an email. Email is redseamedia@yahoo.com. And then my cell is 614-589-8377.
I think that the part of finance and fitness, because I'm obviously largely involved with financial matters, and fitness has played a really big role in respect to capturing how it changes people's lives emotionally, mentally. And you were a wrestler. I remember you mentioning that in high school.
Yep. Yeah, that was a big part of what I was about in high school, and then even passed it down to my son, who was much better than me, was much more successful than I, and but I started him at a real young age, and then he actually went to college to wrestle, and but he decided once he was there, it was a full-time job, and he didn't have much time to do anything else besides train, and so he still goes back over to his old high school and helps out, and they actually had a state champ this year that he was working with. So
wonderful.
So he's still involved, and he's very much into fitness and lifting and exercise, and we actually play soccer together on the same team. So
that's great. And
and
you covered you were doing work with the NBA TV, and you have this amazing picture of you. What is the picture of, Mark? Tell me.
Well, we were doing shows for NBA TV. When it was not game days, we were doing a couple different live shows there at the arena. And then on game days, we would do a pre-game and a post-game. And one of the things we had on the set was the actual trophy. And there were times where we had 2 minutes to move 3 cameras, monitors, cabling, lighting from the set off the floor, because we had to rehearse, and we knew we had 2 minutes to nail it. And that was getting all the gear from just off the floor onto the floor, set up, powered, and plugged in, and to cue the talent for a live show. So it was pretty hectic, but it was kind of a fun thing. But one of the things on the set was the actual trophy, and for the champions, and that was part of the NBA TV set. And one time when we had to move stuff pretty quickly, one of the things that needed moved was a trophy. So when I picked it up, one of my coworkers grabbed a shot, and after the fact, I learned that how picky they were about the trophy, not touching it, not obviously not clowning around with it or anything like that. Not that we were, but there was a special case for it to move it from when it was going to be moved from set to another location. But I had probably a once in a lifetime chance to move it from our set, and one of my coworkers snapped a shot.
I love it. I love that picture. I love basketball, so for me, that was the coolest thing, to cover it, to have that as it's memorable, and
it was a fun experience, and I'm just glad that Cleveland, since I'm from Ohio, I'm just glad that Cleveland pulled it off. And at that point, I had my doubts whether they could do it. But they
did it. They did it. Yeah. And you have it. You have like a picture that is like, it just makes you speechless. When I saw that, I was like, whoa, where did that come from?
I had a couple of people said, is that the real one? I'm like, that was the real one.
That's the real deal. And I have to say, again, folks, Red Sea Media for Mark Yarger, if you're looking to work with someone terrific, fantastic, professional, the number, you can reach us here at 1-800-662-9550. I can connect you with him. It was an honor working with you at the Arnold Classic. Our TV show is coming up with Rob Fletcher as the founder of ANG TV. It's fitness based, and it was truly a pleasure and an honor, Mark, to have someone as great as you to work with as a producer for something like this.
It was the feeling is very mutual. It was a pleasure to meet you guys and get to work in the trenches together.
Yeah, it was a trenches.
And, it is. It's a busy shoot. It's hard. There's so much going on there that it's almost impossible to cover everything in one day, with one small crew, because there's just so much going on.
I agree. And with that, Mark, I'll have you back. And again, folks, it is give your website or email address so folks can reach out to you, Mark.
It's Red C Media, REDC Media at yahoo.com.
And you can always call us here at 1-800-662-9550. Take care, Mark. Thanks for being on air with me.
Thank you so much.
Right.
Pleasure being with you guys.
All right. Stay well, folks.
This has been the Mosen Mortgage Program with Sarah Mosen. Mosen Mortgage is licensed in several states for residential and commercial purchases and refinancing. Call 800-662-9550.